Good evening, everybody. I'm going to take this opportunity to speak to you tonight while you're preparing to settle in for the evening. We've got an amazing night ahead of us, a keynote speech by Ms Maitili Marika, followed up by our Minister Linda Burney. But let me first start by saying thank you to Telstra for sponsoring this event. They are a major partner of ours, and we take much comfort in being able to collaborate with them, especially for such a large audience such as tonight. Vicky Brady and your team, you have done an exceptional job working in with our remarkable team, and I'd like to say thank you for your ongoing support along the way. Thank you, Telstra. I'd also like to say thank you to the rest of our sponsors too, which is why you get the first 2 and 3 front rows of Jimmy Shoes meals tonight. And I see you're actually tucking in out the front there. I believe that's Naya, is it not? So thank you very much. I just wanted to say a few words about today because it's been a remarkable success for us, and Prime Minister coming and backing in our education piece is somewhat a long journey for us, and I'd just like to pay tribute to some people who have passed us by who haven't actually been able to realise that dream, but it's certainly a vision of our community, a vision of Yolngu people who have had a really bold and direct and determined focus to achieve what has been achieved here this year. And I'd also like to mention Jodie Bruin and as CEO of Naya, who has also been an integral piece of that puzzle. Speaking with Minister Burney today and the agency in Naya, I would like to just commend them for working in with us, and really it is a big vision. It's also very scary and exciting at the same time. So can you just put your hands together for Naya too? Thank you. So just a few words. I happened to be fortunate to have a breakfast today with some of our remarkable sponsors and talked about how we can further collaborate given that there's such a bold vision ahead. And talking to them about the success of the Garma Festival, really for an Indigenous and very remote community, we've certainly had our challenges, but look at what can be achieved. And I'd like to take all of the credit for that, but unfortunately, I have a remarkable team who helps us put this together. The leadership of our board in Jawa Yunipingu, Treasurer Japati Morningurich, Malati Yunipingu, Yanamul Mununga and Brewa, and I'm missing one other person, and I'll come back to that. Our board has had a very bold and clear vision, and it has always been education. It's always been about the loyalty to the community and how they can achieve that, and they've had such a remarkable and insightful and unique way forward to do that, that around us we have people who have backed that in because they too can see the vision ahead. So the Garma Festival, a few facts. There's been a 25% increase in attendance since 2015, which is incredible. We employ more than 160 Yolngu people in the course of this event and rolling it out, packing it up and reconciling it. We support 46 local Northern Territory businesses and another 39 across the Territory. We bring in more than $15 million into the Territory economy, a percentage of which lands here locally, and I'm really pleased to say that. It's a real big focus for us to be able to give back to the community when you see the land that we're upon and the people that contribute their incredible knowledge and their incredible learnings. We have 100 volunteers this year, which is Absolutely a first for us at that level. 100 volunteers, amazing energy, all volunteered for the right reasons here. Thank you. Of those, 10% are First Nations. We now have more than 12,000 media mentions across every major media outlet in Australia and increasing coverage overseas. Washington Post last year, the BBC this year, and the National New Zealand Herald, plus Bloomberg International Services. There are 120 journalists here on site, which is close to double the media presence, so you have to be very careful about what you say here at Garma. But more importantly for us here as a local community, there are 13 clans from this region, and they have weighed in and backed in education as a priority for this region, for the next generation. And they've also backed in health, youth, and infrastructure in our homelands and communities so that we can better develop economics here. So I just wanted to run through those just as a fact, and that led me to the time wall, the timeline that is sitting next to the cafe, and the purpose is a 50-year journey to achieve the Garma Institute. And the Garma Institute is an incredible piece of work. Again, in 1972, Diploma Barker was opened, and since then, after it closed without notice, we've really been chasing that dream to bring back that strong Yolngu education and curriculum. And on your tables here tonight, you'll have this spin wheel. And this spin wheel will talk to you about what its purposes are in our region and how we can together collaborate with you, 650 guests here tonight. It's the first, largest and biggest dinner under the stars in the Northern Territory, and we'd like to understand how it is that we can collaborate with you to ensure the safety of the Garma Institute is an absolute monumental success as we move forward. You're already here in North East Arnhem Land, and we'd like to have you longer term with us present. Now, we see the Garma Institute as being a $50 million build, so we are keen to fundraise. If you can help us to fundraise in any way, be a part of that fundraising journey, be an ambassador as part of that as we move forward within the next 5 years, we will scope, design and construct the Garma Institute. And we want to see you as part of all of that journey. We'd love to have you join us, and certainly it would be a real a privilege for the Yothu Yindi Foundation to work in with you. We already have a collaborative effect. You're already with us on the journey, and if you can get down to the cafe tomorrow, if you haven't already done that, and feed into that education piece. Have a look on the wall, see what's gone into it. It's quite a beautiful history. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy your meal. We've got an exceptional guest coming up, and I'll let Narelda introduce him. Thank you.